Choosing the best cloud storage shouldn't feel like gambling with your files. There are plenty of cloud storage options available, with some promising strong security, while others offering generous free storage, but very few deliver on what truly matters. Today, I'll be putting 7 of the most talked about cloud services through a multi-round elimination challenge. pCloud, Icedrive, Sync, Mega, Internxt, Google Drive, and Dropbox. Each round will focus on a key area, such as security and privacy, speed, features, ease of use, and pricing. Products that fail to meet expectations will be eliminated in each round, and only one will be crowned the best cloud storage. By the end of this video, you'll know which cloud service is worth your files and your money. Could you guess who will win this competition? Leave your guesses down in the comments. And as always, you can check out the description for special links that allow you to save more on these products. Let the cloud battle begin. Security and privacy are the backbone of any reliable cloud storage service. Your summer photos, work files, or personal videos need more than just space. They need protection. So in round 1, we're kicking things off with security and privacy. First up is Google Drive. And oh boy, where do I even start? Google protects files with TLS during transfer and AES-256 at rest, which is an industry standard. But that's about all you get as an individual user. Client-side encryption exists, but only for enterprise accounts. Now, privacy, that's another story. Your data is used to improve services and show personalized ads? Yep, the usual. Next is Mega. It follows the same encryption standards, TLS and AES-256, but adds an extra layer, zero-knowledge encryption, also known as user-controlled end-to-end encryption. This ensures that only you and the intended recipients can access your files. Not even Mega holds the keys. Now that's a strong plus. But when it comes to privacy, Mega isn't far from Google. They primarily collect account and usage data, but may also use your email address for marketing and targeted advertising. Not exactly reassuring, is it? However, pCloud, Icedrive, and Internxt all step up here, offering zero-knowledge encryption beyond the basics, though with some catches. pCloud offers its client-side encryption called pCloud encryption to individuals, families, and businesses alike. The catch? It's an add-on, which we'll cover later. Icedrive also offers zero-knowledge encryption, but only for paid users. Free users are stuck with standard encryption. They also use two-fish encryption instead of AES-256. Icedrive claims it's more secure, but AES is still the widely accepted global standard. Internxt goes even further, introducing post-quantum Kyber 512 cryptography. Yes, quantum-resistant encryption, available to all users, even free ones. The idea is to future-proof your files against potential quantum computer attacks that could render today's methods obsolete. That's a bold move, and honestly, pretty admirable. Then there's Sync.com, which keeps it simple but strong. Zero-knowledge encryption is enabled by default on all accounts, regardless of whether they are free or paid. Unlike pCloud's, it's not an add-on, it's baked in as a core feature. pCloud is based in Switzerland, home to some of the world's strictest privacy laws, and is fully compliant with the GDPR. Their policy is clear. They don't share or sell your data to third parties. Now, that sounds reassuring. Sync.com, on the other hand, is governed by Canada's PIPEDA laws and is also GDPR compliant. They state they don't sell or collect your personal information without consent, unless required by law. Strong stance there. Internxt takes it even further, calling privacy a fundamental human right. They claim not to collect, sell, or misuse your data, ensuring you have complete control over your files. Additionally, their systems are open source, letting the public and independent auditors verify them. Now that's how you build trust. Meanwhile, Icedrive also stands on solid ground. They're fully GDPR compliant and don't rely on third-party analytics or ad tracking tools. But then comes Dropbox. Like the others, Dropbox uses TLS for transit and AES-256 for rest, but zero-knowledge encryption? Nowhere to be found. Instead, they offer end-to-end encrypted team folders as an option, but they still hold the keys for their standard server-side encryption, as stated in a chat that I had with the support team. Technically, Dropbox can decrypt your files if needed. And privacy, let's just say it doesn't get better. They claim not to sell your data, but they do collect it for legitimate business needs. I wonder what they mean by that. Their policy also states that they may share your data with anyone trusted by Dropbox, such as individuals working with or for Dropbox or its affiliates. Their words, not mine. If you're concerned about privacy, that should raise concerns. And then there's history. Dropbox suffered a breach in 2012, exposing 68 million accounts. However, Google isn't spotless either. Its 2018 Google Plus API breach risked exposing data from over 500,000 users, with an additional 52.5 million potentially affected later. Mega too has had its share of hiccups. Before its leadership change, the platform faced criticism, and in 2018, a credentials stuffing attack compromised 15,000 accounts. On the plus side, they now actively monitor harmful content and collaborate with authorities to maintain transparency. On the brighter side, pCloud, Icedrive, Internxt, and Sync.com have had no known breaches. That speaks volumes about their focus on protection. So with all that laid out, who takes the fall this round? Dropbox and Google Drive. Why? Neither offers zero-knowledge encryption by default. Both have a history of breaches, and their privacy policies leave too many doors open. They simply don't match the higher security and privacy standards set by competitors. That said, they both exit this round. I know what you're thinking. Why is Mega not eliminated as well for its breach history? Well, here's a quick why. Mega survived this round because of its proactive approach towards its breach history, unlike the others. Additionally, it offers comprehensive protection through its zero-knowledge encryption. See? Anyway, what are your thoughts on the elimination of Dropbox and Google Drive? Would you continue to use them as your default cloud storage option? If yes, kindly share your reason in the comments. Alright, moving on to round 2, speed. Like I always say, a good cloud storage service shouldn't be slow to a crawl. What good is cloud storage if it takes forever to upload your precious files? Security isn't enough. Speed is also important. Now that we are down to 5, which among these survivors is the fastest, and which is at risk of being eliminated for being a Garfield in a cooling vent? Last week, I ran a speed test on these providers, using a network speed of 14.50 Mbps for upload and 13.75 Mbps for download to maintain consistency, and a test file size of 460 megabytes. And boy, the results were pretty interesting. pCloud came in strong with an upload time of 4 minutes and 7 seconds, and a download time of 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Good enough for second place, right behind Mega, which ultimately proved to be the fastest overall. Icedrive and Google Drive weren't too far behind either, with Google Drive standing out for having the quickest download speed in the group. But the real shocker was Sync. It used to be one of the speed kings, but in this test, it ended up dead last. Honestly, I didn't expect that. It feels like it couldn't keep up with its own reputation this time. With these results, Sync.com takes a bow out of this round. Is Sync.com your current cloud storage? If so, I'd love it if you could share your experience with its upload and download speeds in the comments. I'll be waiting. Now that we're halfway through the elimination, kindly leave a like if you find this content valuable. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on new uploads from the channel. Alright, moving on to round 3, features. Now, for this round, we'll be exploring what these survivors offer in terms of file sharing, collaboration, free storage, and third-party backups. Let's start with Internxt, the last survivor from the previous round. File sharing here is simple enough. You can set access controls such as public and restricted, and even add a password for added security, which is handy. But when we move to collaboration, Internxt falls short. There's no real-time editing, no comments, no team-driven document work. Instead, you're limited to inviting teammates into folders or files and setting permissions. And that's about it. Media streaming? Also missing. Though you can preview your media files, there is no built-in music or video playback, unlike pCloud. On the storage side, Internxt offers only 1 GB for free, which is significantly smaller than the offerings of its competitors. Backups, another weak spot. They're only available through the desktop app. And here's where it underperforms. There's no automatic backup, not even on mobile. Their support team admitted on Reddit that uploads need to be done manually, just like any other file. For a cloud service, that's a big step back. They reasoned that this was a strategic decision. Honestly, that's baffling. Third-party support isn't much better. No native options yet. You can use WebDAV to connect with file managers, or rclone for command-line integration. That's fine if you're a developer, but for everyday users, it's a hassle. To top it off, file versioning is not yet available. Now, moving on to pCloud, which outshines Internxt in many ways. Automatic backup? Check. It works across all platforms and even lets you access files offline. File versioning? Also there. Free users receive 15 days, while paid users have 30 days to restore older versions of their files. What's even better? pCloud supports direct backups from Google Drive, Google Photos, OneDrive, Dropbox, and even Facebook. The desktop app integrates straight into Windows Explorer as a virtual drive, so it feels like a natural part of your computer. And here's one of my favourite features, pCloud's built-in media player. You can stream music and videos directly from the cloud. For videographers, musicians, or anyone working with media, this is gold. When it comes to file sharing, pCloud gives you flexibility. You can invite people to folders, share links with passwords or expiry dates, or even create file requests so others can upload straight into your account without accessing the rest of your files. The only weak point? Collaboration. Like Internxt, pCloud doesn't offer real-time document editing. This is where Google Drive, though already eliminated, still holds the crown. That said, pCloud also offers up to 10 GB of free storage when you sign up, although you'll need to complete a few small tasks to unlock the full amount. Next up is Icedrive. This provider also supports automatic backup with auto-upload for mobile devices, and mount and sync for desktop computers. Free storage is generous at 10 GB, making it easy to store documents or lightweight media without incurring any costs. File versioning is also solid. You get up to 15 days for free users, and a whopping 180 days for paid plans, which is impressive. However, here's where Icedrive falls short, its lack of third-party support. Unlike pCloud, there's no integration with Google Drive, Dropbox, or others. If you need that flexibility, you won't find it here. On the plus side, Icedrive's desktop app mounts as a local drive, giving you a smooth native OS experience. File sharing works well too, providing public links with passwords or expiration dates, as well as team invites with access controls. There's also a built-in media player, but compared to pCloud's, it's a little bare bones. No playlist creation is available, and the interface feels less traditional. Still useful, just not as polished. Finally, let's talk about Mega. The standout feature here is its free storage, which offers 20 GB for every user. That's the most generous free plan out of all 4 providers. File versioning is also included, with a rewind function that allows you to roll back files for up to 30 days for free users or 180 days for paid users. But there's a limit. Only 100 versions per file across all plans. File sharing is solid. Mega supports password-protected links, expiry dates, and even has a transfer it service for faster sharing of large files. Collaboration, however, is limited to shared folders. There is no real-time editing or built-in document tools. Backups are handled through the desktop app, and Mega takes it a step further by integrating with third-party services. It offers object storage with an S3-compatible API, making it much easier to plug your data into the tools and platforms you already use. You can connect with an expanding range of third-party software, and even handle large, regular backups without stress, keeping your files safe and always within reach. And yes, you can stream music and video directly from Mega. But compared to pCloud's player, the interface is clunky and less user-friendly. So, who is the weakest performer in this round? Well, Internxt is. Its lack of automatic backup, limited free storage, minimal collaboration features, and absence of versioning make it difficult to recommend over pCloud, Icedrive, and Mega, which all deliver a fuller, more user-friendly experience. That said, it is sayonara Internxt as it exits this round. If you're interested in Internxt, you can save up to 85% while it's still up, using the special link in the description. Moving on to round 4, ease of use. For this round, we're looking at how easy these survivors are to use. All three are impressively fast at file syncing, something you'd expect from top-tier providers. The real differences show up in their interfaces and the overall user experience. Let's start with the UI. Each has an intuitive layout, except for Mega, which feels somewhat clunky. It's not unusable, but it doesn't feel as smooth as the others. pCloud stands out here, with the cleanest design and clear icons across all platforms, making navigation effortless. However, pCloud doesn't just win on looks, it also excels with its extensive capabilities. You can upload any type of file, regardless of size, directly to your account. And when it comes to speed, pCloud doesn't impose limits on uploads or downloads, regardless of your plan. Mega also allows unlimited file sizes during upload. The difference? Free users are subject to a download limit based on the amount of data downloaded from their IP address over the past 6 hours. In contrast, pCloud allows unrestricted downloads for everyone. Icedrive claims to have no file size restrictions either. Its servers use the XFS file system, which supports files up to 100 terabytes, so technically it's not truly unlimited. What do you think? Does that count as unlimited? Let me know in the comments. As for speeds, Icedrive doesn't state clear limits, though transfers are tied to your personal bandwidth cap. Now, here's something worth noting: data region control. If your provider allows you to choose where your data is stored, that's a significant advantage for privacy and control. Among these three, only pCloud offers this option. You can store data in the US or Luxembourg, both of which have undergone strict risk assessments. Additionally, their centers hold SSAE 18 and 16 certifications, which means their systems are independently audited for security, availability, confidentiality, and privacy. Mega and Icedrive don't offer region choice. Instead, they auto-assign data regions based on your location. Mega stores data in EU centers and countries such as Japan and Canada. Regions seem safe under the GDPR. Icedrive hosts in the UK, US, and Germany, but shifted its operations to Gibraltar to move outside the UK's Online Safety Act. Onboarding, though, is seamless across all three. Whether on web, desktop, or mobile, setup is quick, and offline access is available on their respective apps. So, who's out? This time, Mega takes the hit. The clunky interface and 5GB download cap hold it back compared to pCloud and Icedrive's smoother usability and fewer restrictions. That said, it exits this round. Now, we are down to the final round. We are left with the two surviving contenders, pCloud and Icedrive. Can you guess which will take the title of the best cloud storage? Kindly leave your guesses in the comments. Both providers have proven to be reliable in real-world use, based on how well they protect and keep your data private, their speed, the number of features they offer, and their user-friendliness. But there's one last factor to consider: the true measure of which service delivers the best cost-to-value ratio. This brings us to the final round, pricing. Now, as amazing as both providers are, they share one thing in common in terms of pricing, and that is lifetime plans. Both providers offer users a one-time payment option in addition to their monthly and annual plans. In this round, I'll compare the highest packages from each plan of these providers to help you make an informed decision about the best value for your money. Starting with the top performer, pCloud. The highest tier in its monthly plan offers 10 terabytes of cloud storage for $19.99, while Icedrive caps at 3 terabytes for $14.99, which is significantly lower than pCloud's. For the annual plan, pCloud's highest tier offers 10 terabytes for $199.99, while Icedrive still maintains a 3 terabyte cap for $131.88 annually. Now, things get interesting with lifetime plans, as Icedrive offers 10 terabytes for a one-time payment of $1,199, while pCloud offers the same quota for a one-time payment of $1,190, which is significantly cheaper than Icedrive's. Additionally, pCloud offers a one-time payment family plan, which provides 10 terabytes for $1,499, covering up to 5 users. Icedrive, on the other hand, does not offer a dedicated family plan, as it is designed for individual use only. However, both offer a 14-day money-back guarantee, allowing you to receive a full refund within 14 days if you aren't satisfied with the service. You can also save up to 60% on pCloud and up to 50% on Icedrive when you use the special links provided in that description. Whew, okay, time to crown the cloud storage champ with the best cost-to-value ratio. Between pCloud and Icedrive, both put up a solid fight. However, after weighing storage, pricing, and those sweet lifetime deals, the crown goes to pCloud. With its larger storage capacity and more affordable lifetime plan, it outperforms the competition. Still, Icedrive deserves credit as a strong runner-up, offering a sleek interface and a budget-friendly lifetime option. If you'd like to see a full in-depth review of pCloud or are looking for the best VPN available today, watch these videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.